Guess who's back, Nigerian football fans? Guess who's back? Maduka Okoye is back back in contention. He's back with his team after a two-month suspension for match fixing allegations and other gambling sort of related offenses, and he put up a very good performance for Udinese, his Serie A side, and they drew 1-1, I think. Now the big question that I'm sure will be on the lips of a lot of people: would you have Maduka Okoye back? Now for me, I'll have him back 110%. I would have Maduka Okoye back, at least, if nothing else, to challenge Stanley Nwabali for his spot. Because one thing that is wrong with Stanley Nwabali right now is no competition. He has what I call no competition ossitis. I'm sure there's nothing like that, but is that sickness, is that ailment that ails football players when they don't have any competition? When they look over their shoulder, they see a player there, but they don't see a player that can actually take their spot, that can actually challenge them for their spot. Stanley Nwabali, he looks over his shoulder. Due respect to Amaso Basoge, due respect to Adeleye, he doesn't quite see any competition for his spot. But Maduka Okoye, when I look at him, I think he has the pedigree, to challenge Stanley Nwabali. Now, the big question that I would want to ask, I'm sure will be on the lips of a lot of you, would be: has he learned his lessons, right? Has he learned his lessons? Because it always amazes me how players who earn a ton of money would then get themselves involved in something illegal, something wrong, something harmful, something that is by chance, something that is not even guaranteed. Like gambling to begin with. I know gambling is legal in some places and all that stuff. Well, that's who it is for. But you then go on to take it on to match fixing, which is illegal, when you earn a ton of money. Because any footballer, even if you earn £5,000 a week, £10,000 a week, £5,000 a week, that's still £20,000 a month. £10,000 a week, that's still £40,000 a month. So, wow, what sort of need would you have? And I'm sure he earns more than that, right? You play in the Premier League, you play in French Ligue 1, you play in the German Bundesliga, any of the top 5 European leagues, you surely earn very good money. So why would you, for any reason, want to get involved in sort of match fixing or anything like that? So the main thing is, I hope he's learned his lessons, because for me, I see it as this: we are not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm sure you watching out there, you're not perfect. You have your own vices, you have the errors that you've made in life, and hopefully you've learned from it and you've become a better person. And I'm hoping, praying that Maduka Okoye, Jide Ntigi, I hope you've learned your lesson. I hope he's learned his lesson. I hope now he's a better person and he will never put himself in the same situation again, where even the mention of match fixing or the mention of any sort of gambling thing wouldn't be, connected to his name in any way, shape or form. Now, that aside, hoping he's learned his lesson, we move on forward. He hopefully gets an invite to the Nigerian Super Eagles. He gets reinvited to become part of this playoff squad. But the question is, I hope there's nothing hanging around there, that maybe he needs to spend one extra month of finishing. I hope everything is cleared. Now, just taking it from the fact that everything is cleared, I hope he gets reinvited. Now, one thing that I have to say about Maduka Okoye is not all sunshine and rainbows. It's not sweet smelling roses. When it comes to Maduka Okoye and the Nigerian Super Eagles, we've had him at Nigerian Super Eagles. He's had opportunities to make the number one spot his own. I think under Uzoho as well, and even with Nwabali being the number one goalkeeper, he's had his opportunities here and there, but he has somehow not taking the opportunities. Each time he's had the chance to be in goal, stand between the six for the Nigerian Super Eagles, somehow, some way, he always makes a mistake that leads to a goal, fails to hold the ball, fails to save a tame shot that he should be saving in his sleep. So I'm hoping he's becoming a better man. I'm also hoping he's improved on certain things. Maybe it's the pressure of playing for Nigeria. Maybe it's the pressure of the fans. Maybe it's the pressure, of really proving that he could be that number one player. I'm just hoping he's become a better player, because I think competition is needed in the squad. Competition is needed, and that is why we should appreciate Victor Osimhen a lot. I'm not going to digress, don't worry, because Victor Osimhen performs irrespective of, because he's the best striker we have. Forget about it. Tola Rokodare, Victor Boniface, Adam Sokor, whoever you want to call, he is head and shoulders the best striker we have right now. That's it. In the Nigerian Super Eagles, that's it. It's not even up for debate, right? But he performs nonetheless. So we should be grateful for Victor Osimhen. So Maduka Okoye needs to have his head on his shoulders, right? Needs to get that sorted out, get every bugs out of his system, get every sort of lack of confidence, sharpening his skills, because I think he can really be a very good number 1B, even not just a number 2, number 1B to Stanley Nwabali's number 1A. So let me know your opinions on the possibility of Maduka Okoye coming back to the Nigerian Super Eagles and to challenge for a spot with Stanley Nwabali. We've all had our issue with Stanley Nwabali, and for me, like I said, I don't care what anyone does outside the pitch, as long as you're not doing anything illegal, as long as you're on the straight and narrow with the law, that's fine. Do you, that's it. But once you step into the pitch, I want to see your effort, I want to see you play well. And now Stanley Nwabali's antics are beginning to become too much, and then his performances, for me, like the goal against Lesotho, that's a ball you should be catching it easily out of the sky, but he fluffed his line, and they got that consolation goal. So and then the thing where apparently the referee had not blown his whistle and they dropped the ball on the floor. the Benin Republic player played into the net. It's just crazy. So he needs that competition. So would you have Maduka Okoye back? I would have him back, but I want to know your opinions. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and share this video to who you feel will love the content like this. And I'll see you on yet another video. Stay well, stay blessed. Bye bye.